Well, hey guys, welcome to the video that's gonna cover my very first kayak tournament ever. I've almost got the video done editing behind me, but I wanted to come on and say one thing beforehand, and then at the end of the video, tell you guys the lessons that I learned that's gonna help us compete in our next tournament down the road. But before we get to the tournament footage, I have to say thank you so much. Throughout this process, I've received several texts, phone calls, comments, and DMs, people encouraging me and supporting me and offering advice for this very first tournament. You know, throughout all my socials, I want to just create this community of people that support each other in anything, including fishing, and you guys really showed up. So thank you so much for all the encouragement. It definitely has me fired up and motivated to fish the next tournament. Stay tuned. I'm gonna get to the lessons that I learned at the end, but let's get right to the tournament footage, and I'll see you guys at the end. As you guys can see, it's just after 6 and it's like 48 degrees. It's still dark. You can see this sky starting to light up. It looks like we can put in at 6:45 and lines out at 7. There's 13 boats or 12 boats in this tournament. There's also going to be some big boat tournaments on the lake as well. So it's still dark. So I've got my cargo lights on. I'm gonna load up the kayak, back it down the trailer, and hopefully get started right on time. So I'm gonna put the camera down, and I'll see you guys out on the water for the very first Teachstone kayak tournament ever. I'll be throwing finesse all day. I have a red lipless tied on from 6 Cents. Other than that, I'm gonna be throwing primarily Texas rig and Ned rig. It worked yesterday. My goal is to get my 3 fish limit here where we fished yesterday, and if that happens early enough, make a move, not across the lake, but kind of across the channel, the main body, to where I know my friend's dad's gonna be fishing, because I hear that's gonna be good too. So, all right, let's get it. All right, it's 4 minutes till line's in. I'm in my first spot. Looking for some brush piles that people put out here. Garrett found a fish on it yesterday, and he's not fishing this area today, so I'm gonna hit it first this morning, and then pretty much just work my way down the bank all the way back in the creek that we fished yesterday. I can already hear the bass boats like ripping down the lake, so hopefully we won't have to contend with them, because where I'm going it gets a little bit shallow, but we'll see. There's fish hitting the surface over here. It could be bass, but it could also be a striper, which is just a white bass, but those are not legal for the tournament. Any black bass species is legal, so for this lake it's spots or largemouth. That'll be us one day. All right, 7 a.m. lines in. Let's get to fishing. I'm about an hour in, and I haven't had any bites, but I haven't made it as far as I wanted to yet. I've seen one other kayaker. I don't know if he's in a tournament or not. There's 2 boats back here, but they're all fishing the far bank, and I like to fish this side. This side's where we got all the bites yesterday, so that's all I got throwing a Alabama rig. So if we get desperate, maybe a slim bait is the way to go. I've just been throwing the Texas rig and the lipless crank, and probably just stick to that until we actually get a bite before I feel confident enough to move to anything else.
Well guys, I forgot to hit record, but we got ourselves first one of the day. Fixing, measure them, and do all that right now. Yeah, dude, you are amazing. Are you fishing the GLL tournament? All right, yeah, me too.
Good deal. How you doing so far?
Doing good. Just caught.
Oh, nice.
My first one, so. Oh, thank you, man.
Oh, you're good. You good, bud?
Dude, I appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Ain't no
Dude,
thing.
I do it all the time. Like, this is the second time in a tournament that I forgot my identifier.
Really?
Dude, I hate it.
I almost didn't bring a pen. I was like, you know what? If it like washes off of me or something like that, I better have something.
Dude, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get him. Please go 19, bro. Oh, man, he ain't going 19. He weighed 2.4 pounds. See you later, little buddy.
Alright guys, we're 2 hours in and haven't even gotten a bite yet. And I think it's because it's still cold and early. So I kind of want to stay in this general area until it warms up just a bit and then go hit my spots from yesterday again. There's a few boats back here, but I haven't seen anybody catch anything. I'm in a little cove right now. I can see the bottom without my glasses, so I'm gonna paddle out of here. Just at this point, I'm just looking for anything that looks relatively juicy, and then I guess I'll know I need to go back to my spots when I can feel my fingers again, because it's so freaking cold, man. Got one. Alright, so that was my first bite of the day, so that's promising, but he took my hook and worm off. I have a bobber stop on because I was going to put a creature bait on here. It's still here, so my knot just must have come loose, which is disappointing because, man, that would have been my first one of the day. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to grab the exact same setup I've got, but with the 6 Sense worm instead of the Guggen, and just fish this area a little bit longer, see if I can find him, or a different one again, and then I'll retie this.
Again, guys, I'm sorry. I forgot to press the button again. But we got another fish. And look at this. Look. Wait. And look at this, guys. Look. Boom. Right out. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Dude, no way. Oh, that's a toad. Bro, no way. That was on the fall. Dude. Oh, he's barely hooked, barely hooked. Oh my gosh, guys. Alright, guys. Got her here. 15.5. Looking good. We're up to 45 inches. We're going to put her back in. And she's off.
Alright, it's 12:15. I've got about 2 hours left to fish. Maybe a little bit more before I need to head out. I gotta go grab my computer and then go to GLL Outdoors. Garrett's actually in contention, so I'm gonna go to the weigh-in even if I strike out, just to support him, and hopefully he'll win and get the footage off of his memory card as well. Other than the one bite that actually came on the Dark Melon Divine Shaky Worm, Dark Melon Red actually, nothing. So it's really cloudy today, so I'm gonna tie a weightless white zoom trick worm on. It works in South Carolina. It probably won't work in Georgia, but we're gonna try it and see, because at this point, you know, what do we have to lose? I'm still confident though. I got plenty of time to catch one fish. I haven't fished the opposite bank just because it didn't produce yesterday. So I still have a few options left.
I got one, guys. Oh my God. That's my kicker. That's my kicker. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Dude, I am on fire. Look at that. Right in the top of the mouth. That's why you let them eat, boys. That's why you let them eat. Oh my God. Dude, it's a pig! Alright guys, we're gonna get a release on this bad boy. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Woo-wee, that's a good West Point bass right there. That's a good one. Let's go.
All right, y'all, I'm off the water. I went back to my aunt's house to actually change clothes, and now I'm headed to GLL Outdoors or Marine. I'm not sure. This is two different stores, but owned by the same people. And we're gonna go support Garrett because he actually might have won. And we're gonna get the footage from his GoPro so that it can be in this video. And after all that, I'm going to go over what I learned today. We didn't catch any fish. We had the one bite that broke us off somehow. I've never had that happen before, especially with a Palomar knot tied on braid. But you know what? Sometimes, or it be like that sometimes, as they say. So let's go see if Garrett wins, and then I'll come close out my first ever tournament video with everything that I learned today from this incredibly hard lesson out on the water. Okay, so a couple lessons that I learned. Number one is the weather makes a huge difference. Between practice and the actual tournament, overnight it got really cold, really windy, and really cloudy. I kept expecting the clouds to clear and the sun to come out for a little bit, hoping to turn on the bite, and that actually never happened, and I didn't have a backup game plan. The second and biggest thing that I learned is in a kayak tournament, don't be afraid to make a move. You're allowed to get your boat out, load up, and go relaunch at another location as long as it's within the boundaries of the tournament. Okay, so the night before, I was talking to my friend Lamar, whose dad, Lamar Sr., was fishing the tournament, and he told me where he was going to be fishing. And I had the opportunity to go fish there. It would have been a really long paddle, but I probably could have made it, but with the two bass boat tournaments on the lake, I didn't really want to paddle over there, but I could have loaded up and gone and fished that area. Lamar Sr. ended up finishing in second place, and he tied first place for the biggest fish. What you didn't see in the video is Garrett and I talked several times, and at about 10:30, 11 o'clock, he called and said, I'm on him over here if you want to make a move. It's about 45-minute drive for you if you want to come. And I actually told Garrett that I felt like the sun was going to come up and that area that I was fishing was going to turn on. And we know now that it never did. So Garrett ends up getting a limit early, culling. I think he caught 6 fish throughout the day, finishes in first place and tied for biggest fish. So at the end of the day, now I know that I had the intel to fish the 2 places that produced the top 2 spots in payouts in the tournament. I don't think we would have won if we made a move, but I do think I would have at least been able to compete. So the biggest lesson I took away is don't be afraid to make a move if things aren't panning out the way you want to, especially if you have the intel that I did that fish were going to be biting in those 2 areas. So my first tournament was a success. You know, we caught a fish and had plenty of bites in practice. We learned a ton of lessons about the tournament flow, and now we're ready for many, many more tournaments. We're actually in the process of looking at tournaments closer to home, as well as more tournaments down in West Point and on the Chattahoochee River. I'll keep you guys posted. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. We are at 450 on our way to 500 subscribers, and I will catch you guys on the next video.